this session. Now, we're going to keep it going, and again, friend after friend, but how many of you here have heard of Ezra Firestone before? Anybody raise your hand? Yeah, just a few people. This is amazing. Ezra's literally one of the leading digital marketer and thought leaders in that space for many, many years, but also a multi-8-figure business founder, which is just exactly who you need to hear from, especially because what he wants to teach you today, if you already saw some of the agenda, is a way to have growth, but in a 24/7 fashion. So creating the actual campaign that is consistent growth, even when you're not there, to make sure that you're operating. So I'm so excited to bring, for the first time ever, give me a huge Playbook welcome.
Music. They cut my music. I asked for that last minute, and then the guy backstage was like skeptical. He's like, I don't know if we can do it. Like, come on, man. Because there was one guy who was sleeping, and I'm not going to point him out, but I was asked to wake him up. So I thought a little music would help. Do me a favor, stand up. Put your hands on your hips, chicken wing style, and just rub elbows with the person next to you. All right, you go ahead and sit down. Listen, the best thing you're going to take out of this event is a relationship with another person, another human being. That is the most valuable. I got some stuff to tell you. I got some stuff to share that's going to be useful. Homegirl over here is doing yoga now. She's not willing to sit down. We could get into some yoga afterwards. I get into a little stretching, you know. But yeah, make a friend or two. It's really the best thing you'll get out of this event. So welcome to the party. My name is Ezra Firestone. I started e-commerce in 2005. For those of you that don't know me, I was America's #1 Elvis wig, Afro wig, mullet wig, finger wave fluff 1920s king wig retailer on the internet back in 05, 06, 07. I ended that business. I sold it in 2011. I kind of look like that. I was Shopify's first professor at their e-commerce university. I'm still teaching for them today. I manage a team of 180 across 5 different brands. And in 2023, we did 70 million. By the way, I'm just some dude. Like, I don't know any more than you. I didn't barely make it out of high school. So if I can do this, you can do this. The reason I don't show you this to brag. I show it to you because in this industry, the way that you show what you know that you're doing is you show what you've done. So this is my best brand, my most successful brand. I just bought this brand called Overtone back in about 2 years ago. I got a Shopify app. I got a brand called Smart Marketer where we kind of do business education. And in 2020, my wife and I sold 70% of our beauty brand for about $50 million, and we got paid. Oh, damn, check this out. Watch this. Yo, you hadn't seen this. Watch this. Pow. You know, nobody had smoke and shit. I'm the first one, dude. We bought this brand called Navage. Anybody a Navage user? Yes. Let's become a brand ambassador. So this brand does about $100 million a year. And I recently built some outdoor showers. And if you don't know the pleasure and satisfaction and joy of an outdoor shower, you haven't lived. Now look, you don't know what the year is going to throw at you in life. I've had some pretty traumatic events in my life. My business partner suddenly passed away. She was kind of like a second mom to me. She got cancer. Our whole business was from her. She was emails, the everything, ads, and so that was a big thing in the business, also emotionally intense. And in 2022, I spent 95% of the year in the neonatal intensive care unit with my daughter, who passed away about 13 months ago. And so, I mean, this is not to make you feel bad for me. Her life was actually a really beautiful love story. It wasn't a tragedy. She left us in better shape than she found us. But look, the point is, you can't control what life is going to throw at you. You don't have control of that. But you do have control of how you show up every day. The attitude, enthusiasm, deliberacy, intention that you bring to your world is your choice. And to your business is your choice. So we're going to talk about today. We're in a bit of a rough spot. Money is scared, there's inflation, we got wars going on, margins are decreased, social ads don't work as well, shit is going down right now. Dude, one dude had to go to sleep, it was so intense. So what are we gonna do about it? What are we gonna do about it? Well, I would like to ask you, what are we actually doing in the first place? Well, you might say, we're optimizing our businesses so that they generate more profit, right? Yes, but there's a level deeper than that. I think the game is resource generation. Watch this. Oh, damn, you didn't get the flames that time. The game is resource generation, and then using that resource towards causes that we find noble in the world, taking care of our family, taking care of our communities, doing things. For me, it's land and water preservation. I feel very passionate about that. So cash flow businesses will not generate wealth, unfortunately. Cash flow businesses don't generate wealth. You can make some money, and that's a wonderful thing, but asset liquidation is what generates wealth. Now, my parents were hippies. I grew up on a commune, but that generation of people what they did was they took the money from their 401ks, they invested in real estate, that was the asset. They let that asset appreciate over time, and then they sold it. And that is where their wealth came from as a generation. Now our wealth comes from our businesses. Whether you work in a business or you are a business owner, we want to create the most valuable assets possible, and we want to be instrumental in creating those because that will allow us to generate cash flow if you're an employee and use that to invest in assets of your own. Maybe it's building businesses, buying businesses, and things like that. So what I'm going to do is give you some quick wins, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about your life. So here's some quick wins, things that you can do to make your assets more valuable for 2024 and 2025. Like I said, this is a $100 million brand. We sell $100 million worth of this every year. Mostly retail and Amazon. We just started going on e-commerce, and one of the things that is tough for people right now is scaling paid ads. Here is how you do it. You use use case and avatar-based ads that lead to advertorials. So let's talk about it. Who and why marketing followed by what and benefit marketing. Who is the person? Why are they interested in the thing? And then what is it and what will it do for them? If you get this down and you can figure out your product, the different avatars, I'm going to show you a bunch of them, you will be the most successful advertiser in your market. I'm going to show you examples right now. Who is it? What specific subculture? So for example, in my business, Boom, right? It's women over 50 who are going through the aging process, and everyone telling them it's wrong. Everyone telling them anti-age, anti-wrinkle, inject yourself with Botox, tuck it in, tighten it up, dye your hair. And it's like, your life's pretty good till about 35, and then it's fucking all downhill from there. This is the messaging that women receive, right? Women are receiving this messaging that their value is declining over time. It is, of course, bullshit, but they buy into it. And everything's anti-age and anti-wrinkle. We are not. We are pro-age. We were the first pro-age cosmetic line. And we believe that every stage of life is another kind of beautiful, and that, your life is more like a V. It just gets better over time if you are willing to endorse it and embrace it and enjoy it. Okay, that's who I'm talking to. And then I got products that relate to that. It's like, hey, we want to reclaim cosmetics as a venue for celebration instead of covering up. So my products speak to a particular group of people who are sharing a collective experience. Trainual is talking to business owners who want to grow their business, and they're using content. They're using me as a vehicle to provide value to you in relationship to a shared experience, and then they're like, yo, we got this product. So, okay. The key here also is when you figure out who these avatars are, and I give you all the examples of them, your landing pages are specific to the avatars themselves. You don't have just one landing page. You have a landing page for each avatar, one that is speaking directly to them. So here's some examples of things that I thought we're doing that I thought you could do as well. Stop doing this, start doing this. These are video ad formulas. Hey, stop getting ready for allergy season by going to the grocery store or looking in your cabinet. Start by using Navage. Stop this, start this. Wonderful, successful angle. Here's another one for us that's specific to our thing. How many people do yard work? You do yard work, you mow the lawn, you weed whack. Damn, y'all don't do no yard work out here? You don't grow nothing? I grow some shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't got nothing? All right, well, listen, let me tell you. Lawn care and gardening is a good one for us. People who go into lawn care, we talk to them about that experience. Yo, you mowed the lawn, use this thing. My boyfriend is gross. This is the greatest one ever. Because women think we are fucking gross, dude. And you can do videos. If your thing is selling to a lady that she could buy it for her man, be like, yo, my boyfriend is mad gross. He's got all this snoring and mucus and shit. I got him this thing, and it changed my entire life. So that's another one. It's a specific. It's who are they, why are they interested in it, and then what is it, and what does it do for them? Firefighters, that's big for us because they're going into smoky buildings and stuff, so we use firefighters. Living in cities, cities are gnarly and polluted and shit, so we do a thing about that. This one's really wonderful because everybody knows about a customer testimonial. Customer testimonial video ads are still our best video ads. This is our new angle on it though, which is, hey, I love this thing, but my friend never tried it. So I'm gonna video them trying it and get their reaction. It's just a customer testimonial, but it's done through the lens of a little bit more excitement. And it's a really fun one. Allergy season, obviously, this is one, by the way, that's my wife. And she, about 10 million people saw her boogers last month on Instagram. She endorsed, she was not upset about it. She was happy about it because it's making us cash and stuff. But allergy season, authority, right? Authority is the best thing. If you can find somebody who has a position of authority to talk about your stuff, like we use this a lot. We'll get like a doctor and stuff. Cue the old doctor guy that always works. Retail authority, if you're in retail, yo, I'm going to buy this thing in retail. If you're in retail, this works really well. Singers and actresses and podcasters and stuff like that. Winter dryness, self-care, beauty routines. The point here is that this is how you scale ads now. is you find particular avatars and you speak directly to them with videos about them that lead to landing pages that talk about them. It's no longer just one video, one ad, one landing page. No. Specific use cases for your products. Now, everyone's gonna tell you, you need omni-channel, you gotta be everywhere. Bullshit, dude, you don't. You need one good channel. Am I being too crazy up here, Trainual guys? Am I gonna, no, okay. Sometimes I get in trouble at these things. So, listen. This is what you need to be doing. People don't do this. This is one thing will change your advertising. I call it the engage and filter method. Look, anybody understand about what happened with iOS 14.5? So here's what happened if you don't know about it. Facebook, Apple owns the phone. And Apple was like, damn, Facebook and Google are making trillions of dollars on advertising. Fuck that noise. We want that. So what they did was they shut down Google and Facebook's ability to see what happens after somebody leaves their website because they own the device. So now Facebook and Google are much less smart about sniffing out who your customers are, and Apple's building their own advertising network. So this is how you train them on who your customers are. You take prospects, warm audiences, and buyers, you put video content in front of them, you filter the people, you engage them with video content, you filter the ones who consume the content, and you sell to them. I call it the engage and filter method. Check this out. So I use 2 to 5% of my advertising budget on video views campaigns. Why is this so cheap? I'm not asking them to leave Facebook. Facebook does not charge you. Google does not charge you. TikTok does not charge you when you're keeping people on platform because we're in the attention business. It's all about aggregating attention. All these social media platforms, by the way, you know what they figured out keeps your attention? Pissing you off and freaking you out. If they can scare the shit out of you and piss you off, you will stay on their platform. So these algorithms are all designed for that. We can use that to our advantage. We're not trying to piss anybody off or scare them, but look, you use video views, and you can see here, I got 800,000 people. I spent $4,500 that month to watch 95% of a 30-second video. So that person, I got 800,000 people. I traded a nickel for one of you to watch 30 seconds of ownership benefit content on my brand. Here's another example. I spent 10 grand. I got 25,000 people to watch 4.5 minutes of video about my brand. Then these are the people, I filter them out. I'm like, yo, the people who watch them videos, let me run my conversion ads to them. So you engage, and it doesn't cost a lot. 2% of your budget should be doing with this. And what happens is Facebook's like, oh, this person watched 70%, 80% of this video. You know what? They're similar to these other people, and now they're figuring out who your customers are. So you're feeding them data, and you're engaging people who you're then going to follow up with. I was talking in my little interview here about anticipation being one of the most pleasurable experiences that a human can have. Remind me about that if I have time at the end, and I'll tell you about it. So here's a couple ad examples. Just so you have some formulas. So I like to do a benefit call to action. Yo, this is what you're gonna get. 5 tips for a better look. An affirmation statement, which is something I believe that my brand also believes. Hey, less is more as we age. You don't need 30 cosmetics. You need these 3 things. And then a controversial statement. Powder magnifies wrinkles. People that use powder-based cosmetics get pissed off about this. But if you can be polarizing, if you can make a controversial statement that you believe, you're gonna get a bunch of people to side with you, and it's gonna get a bunch of activity on your ads, content call to action, and then I got a controversial statement down at the bottom as well. Here's another one, social proof. What somebody else said about you, not what you, obviously you think you're cool if you're a marketer. You're like, oh, my shit is dope, here's why it's great. But what did someone else say about you? Then, ownership benefit statement. If you understand ownership benefit, this is the key in marketing. What is the benefit of owning the product? What will they become, have, obtain, feel, see, get noticed as? What will they get? Ownership benefit marketing. And then we edit into our videos. This is in the video. We edit in additional headlines. So the video file itself has text overlaid on top of it, so we get extra text on there. And then we got captions that are edited in that are really big. And then we got ownership benefit down the bottom. Last one, value claim. What is a value claim? A value claim is where you are claiming your own value. So for example, I was the pioneer of Facebook advertising for e-commerce in 2013, 14, 15. I kind of set the strategies that are now used, awareness, remarketing, loyalty. I'm telling you that because if I don't, you won't know, right? No, you guys don't know who I am. So I have to claim my own value. We were the world's first pro-age cosmetic line. Claim your own value. Benefit statement, look, this is what this thing's gonna do for you. Your whole entire makeup bag in 3 sticks. Affirmation statement, you don't need a long makeup routine. And then your content call to action and a question at the end. Okay, those are some ad examples. Here's a couple more things. So these are just quick wins, right? That was quick win number 1, avatar-based ads, pre-sales. Quick win number 2 was the ad copy. Here's us versus them marketing. 3 reasons. I didn't like to do this because I didn't like to be polarizing, but then people start coming after you and talking shit about your brand, and then it's like, all right, well, we got a battle. So us versus them. And you know what? For some reason, Cheech and Chong think that I am their perfect customer because these fools advertise to me all day long. I didn't buy their shit, but they had this amazing long-form sales page with us versus them, and it was like, here's why we're all good. And then the them was like, I got to find it because it was nobody. It was like all these other imaginary potential people don't have any of this stuff. So it's like you don't even need somebody. You could just say we're better than the other people. So us versus them marketing works really, really well. We use this a lot in all of our brands. We'll do like ads that are like us versus them, before and after. Us versus them is very similar to before and after. You can do that as well. And this is a couple software examples for Trainual because I sell software as well, and we do before and after and us versus them ads and software all day long. Quick win number 3, you got to launch product. Once somebody knows about you, likes you, trusts you, you got to sell them stuff. And the thing is, you're never done creating product, launching product, making new offers. Some people don't like multi-purpose blush sticks, but maybe they like mascara and lip gloss, for example. Or maybe you got one service and you could offer a higher end concierge done for you tiered version. The more offerings you have, the more money you will make. And once somebody knows, likes, and trusts you, they're willing to buy from you. And what we do is we survey our customers. We're like, yo, what do you think we should make next? Our 2-time customers get a different survey than our 3-time customers, than our 4-time customers. So we survey our customers, and then we launch products that they are interested in. And we send these products out to our ambassadors, which are just our customers. We're like, yo, do you want to get this first and do a video for us? And then we use those videos on our website. So we build some anticipation and some social proof marketing before we launch a product. Also, anytime you're going to launch something, there's 3 stages that you can enjoy something in life. Before it happens, while it's happening, after it happened. And if you, as a human being, invest in truly taking in and enjoying every stage of an experience, you will have a more fulfilled and a more pleasurable life. And anticipation, like I was saying, is so fun. There's a reason why movie trailers come out a year before the movie. Apple does product launches events 6 months before they launch a product because we like to look forward to things. And if you give your customers that, if you give them the opportunity, yo, it's coming, this thing's going down, this is what it's going to be, this is why it's amazing, sign up to know about it, and then you build the anticipation. 10% of people sign up for our early bird list every year for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It's 50% of our sales. So the more anticipation that you can build, and then obviously you want to have a long-form sales letter and a sales video when you're launching product, the better you'll do. Content marketing paired with consistent merchandising. People aren't doing enough of this. Content marketing, content that is relevant to the life experience of the people who you are engaging with. Who the fuck are they? What are they interested in? And not just about your product. Yeah, you got shit to sell. That's the merchandising, right? But who are these people? What are they interested in? What are their fears? What are they looking forward to? What are they striving for? Do they have kids? It turns out it's going down after 55 because most relationships fail, right? Most marriages fail. So we got all these ladies, they're out there on the scene, they're doing the damn thing, they're tearing it up, they're on the apps for the first time, it's going down out there. And by the way, you may not know this, but nursing homes are where it's really going down because you don't even know. You got nothing left to live for, you're just banging the box and all the men have died. All the men have died. There's like 1 man to every 10 women, and it's crazy, dude. So the point is, you got to do content marketing. Basket builders. You know about basket builders? Listen, basket builders are products that have a high profit margin, okay, that are easy to produce, that you can throw on top. Why do you need this? It's like you could set your Navage on your counter, but what if you put it on this thing instead? We don't need this fucking thing, but people like it. It elevates. Look, I'm not trying to sell people stuff they don't need. I don't believe in just adding more plastic to the world. This was already in the company when I bought it. But then I was like, yo, since it already exists, we should sell it. So they got a cleaning kit. And the other thing about basket builders that we found was that you can bundle them together and you could do a bundle of basket builders and that you get a high profit margin on that. A lot of people will take the bundle. Like I sell colored. Anybody dye their hair to express themselves? Yeah. So I do gray hair coverage. I also do like fantasy colors and stuff. It's kind of funny because in one of my brands, I'm like, yo, embrace, you don't have to dye your hair. You're beautiful just as you are. Embrace your silver hair. But then I bought this other brand, and one of their main use cases was gray coverage. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm the guy who thinks you're right the way you are. But anyhow, we are still selling it, and it works. And hey, you know what? If you want to cover your grays, I'm not going to tell you shouldn't. So do the damn thing. Anyhow, The other thing that you can do is you can bundle, you guys probably aren't e-commerce people, but if you got overstock, you can bundle the overstock and sell a few of them at a big discount, and we crush. This has a 70% take rate. Get 3 of these things. Turn your hair purple if you want to. And then the other thing is, this one will work for everybody. So, hey, this product that's in your cart, it's already in top of a bundle that includes it, and you'll get it at a discount if you add the bundle, and it switches out the product that's in your cart. And then you can also do post-purchase offers like, hey, this product is very relevant to the one that you just bought. Check it out. Now, here's another one. People just build an offer page and a sales video, and then they never do anything with it again. It's like, dude, you're never done optimizing your offer page. Continue testing it. Add social proof to it. You know, instead of your product name at the top, if you just put a testimonial, you would convert better. If your add to cart button doesn't have unique selling propositions in image format and in a money back guarantee, you're not getting as many clicks. Somebody just ran out the door over there. You know, what happened? Somebody was like, fuck all of this. Somebody was an older person running to the nursing home. Pre-sale articles. Right? These are all pre-sale articles. What a pre-sale article is it's a article that is designed to get you in an open-to-buy mindset. So it's a piece of content that is relevant to the life experience of the user, but tangentially related to your product. I got a whole course on pre-sales. They're really wonderful. You should be doing a whole lot of them. Now, check this out. With advertising, right? I took like a 7-month period. 40 million in revenue, 13 million in ad spend. I believe there is a perfect ratio of top-line revenue to advertising spend. I think 20 to 35% of your total revenue should be invested in paid amplification, because paid ads are what drive the business forward. And if you're only spending 5% of your revenue on paid ads, you're not investing enough back in. What happens is a business starts to go well, and it starts to snowball, and then people start pulling money out of it and buying ripped jeans and wearing fedoras and fucking watches and shit. It's like, no. Don't do that. Put the money back into the business. Now, the interesting thing about paid ads is people start and they stop, and they start and they stop. That's not how it works. You got to set your budget and you have to spend it. It's like gardening. It's like a diet or a workout program. You got to do it every day. So here you can see our ratio was 33.9%. Oh, damn, watch this. Hold on. Pow, flames. Have you seen flames today? No, you have not. Watch this. Nobody else had flames. Pow, flames. So now look, your margin profile is what's going to dictate this. If you start spending more than 35%, so if you make $1 million in revenue and you're spending over $350,000 on ads, you're gonna not have margin. Your business is gonna go out of business. So you can't really be above 35%, I find, for most businesses. But somewhere in that 20 to 30% is like ideal. If you're not investing 20% back in, you could be growing faster. Because there's a year-over-year halo effect. There's a reason why you hit 8 figures in year 5, 6, and 7, and never in years 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because the snowball grows. You get out of your business what you put into it. One of our most popular presidents had this to say about this way back in the 60s and shit.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your
business
can do for you. Ask what you can do for your
business.
He said that shit back in the day, dude, and nobody has been listening to him. It's about what you can invest back in, not about what you can take out. Now, you do need a truly good product. You know what's interesting? Is that the best product does not win in the marketplace. The best promise wins in the marketplace. Whoever makes the best promise wins the customer, but the product has got to be good enough to live up to the promise that you make. You know, Quip toothbrushes. There were toothbrushes, electric toothbrushes before Quip. Tushy. There were things that washed your butt before Tushy. There was weird fucking pillows before Purple Mattress, but they made a good promise. And then they had a product that lived up to the promise that they made. And that's what it's about. It's about continually making your product better and making sure that you're making the best promise in the marketplace. And if you are using anticipation and you're using ownership benefit demonstration, you're going to be able to make a really good promise. A couple big picture reminders for you guys as human beings, because, hey, you know, in the digital work culture of 2024 and 2025, you got this fucking phone, you got the Apple Watch, people are wearing these are Meta glasses. You know, Google tried this back in the day, these glasses that like video and stuff, but then people called them glass holes and they didn't like them. Now somehow Meta has figured it out and nobody is mad at them. Anyhow, in this age, you can never escape. It's right there. It's always with you. So what people are really deliberate about is what they consume physically. It's like everyone's all focused on diet, exercise, what do I put in my body? And it's like, yeah, okay, that's good. What about what you put into your mind? You open Instagram and motherfuckers are falling out of buildings. It's crazy, dude. You gotta check what you let in, dude. Because what you think determines how you act, which results in what you get. And if you are letting unchecked, frankly, thank you to Trainual for letting me put some input in there. I'm not sure, not all of you are going to agree with everything I have to say, but the point is, like, you've got to deliberately keep yourself inspired and choose what you let in. And the more deliberate you can be about that, the better that you will, the more effective you'll be in your life. And you know what's interesting about fulfillment is you can't acquire it. There's no amount of shit you can acquire. There's no amount of money you can make. There's no amount of things that you can get. There is nowhere you will get that will make you happy. Sorry, not going to work. If you can't have love, connection, intimacy, presence, gratitude, fulfillment, enjoyment, enthusiasm, respect, honor, here and now, you won't fucking get it there and then. You'll be the same person chasing the same thing wherever you go. So if you can figure out how to enjoy your life, if you can figure out how to endorse and bless your world and look around and find the good and invest in that, that is what it's about. And then all of a sudden, when you're gratified, when you're truly gratified by what you have, more comes to you. Because what is the point of getting what you want if you can't enjoy what you have? Then you're just in this endless cycle of chasing shit, which is a thing that you find people in. It's like, then on to the next thing. I got this thing. Oh, not that great. I want this next thing. It's like, hey, there's fun in the chase. I like chasing shit. But you've got to figure out how to enjoy your life. There was a medieval Sephardic philosopher named Maimonides, and what he said was, it's a far, far greater skill to have the ability to enjoy what you have than to have the ability to get what you want. So here and now is where you have to have a good life. And if you can't figure it out, you better change something, because there's nothing that you will get that will do. I can tell you, I grew up on the very lower end of the economic spectrum. I'm now wealthier than most people I know. It's a wonderful thing. There's a level, right, where you can buy comfort, you can buy food, you don't have to worry about the check. Yes, there's stress and emotional pressure that being poor, and then there's poor and then there's really poor. But it's like, after a certain level, it ain't gonna do it for you. And gratitude and generosity, it turns out, are really good predictors of happiness and success, I find. And the key in business is a little more every day. I've been now doing it for 20 years, and I'm not the smartest person, far from it, but I will show up every day with a positive attitude, and I will do what I can do in the direction of my goals, and I will enjoy the process, and I will ask for help when I need it, and I will know that I'm a human being who has blind spots and needs the support of a community and friends and family, and I'll just keep at it. And that is really the truth. It's like, if you just keep doing it, and what's going to happen is in 10 years, Trainual is going to do this event again. And you know what? 70% of you aren't going to be here. You're going to have quit before the miracle. I was here 10 years ago at these events. And if you just fucking stay with it, I'm telling you, there is something to that. Now, here is the key in business. Have fun. Look, you don't know how long you have. You don't know how long your family has. Your daughter could die of cancer. Not that it's going to happen to you, but like it happened to me. Like, you do not know what is coming your way. So if you are not enjoying yourself, you miss the point of this game we call life. That doesn't mean don't work hard. It means take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, physically, so that when you fucking show up, you can bring enthusiasm, you can bring joy, you can bring gratitude, and you can be fun to be around. And then what happens is people are attracted to that, and they want to be a part of it. And it really works. 2, make great stuff. If you are manufacturing some bullshit blacklight flashlight in a sweatshop in China, don't use any of my shit. I don't want any fucking part of that. But make something wonderful that serves the world, that is serving your community, that is good, and keep making it better. Number 2. Number 3, be profitable. You can do that at any level. If you are at 50 grand a year, or 100 grand a year, and you had a good time, and you made something great, and you were profitable, you have won the game we call business. And you're better off than somebody who's got a $40 million business, who's overworked and underfucked and shackled to their business and up all night drinking Red Bull and banging down fucking Butterfingers and stressed out. It's like, you don't want that life, dude. You don't want that life. I'm sorry. That's not the life you want. This is the key. Doesn't matter how big it gets. Everybody's so focused on scale. Get bigger, scale up. It's like, okay, maybe scale's fun to a certain degree, but you know what? At a certain scale, shit gets wild. And the systems and processes and everything that's required to manage a $100 million company is probably the antithesis of why you became an entrepreneur in the first place. So, people say leave the place better than you found it. I believe in leaving the people better than I found them, which is what I hope I've been able to do to you today. This is my business partner, Craig Hilly. And one of the ways that I thought I could leave him better than I found him was Let's see if I can get this to work. No, I think I'm out of juice. These things are supposed to like take video of you. Okay, anyhow, check this out. I thought Craig Hilly could use a cheeseburger. And I think he's better off than he found him. Anyhow, look, I got an ads agency called smartmarketeragency.com. I got all kinds of stuff that you could check me out. I'm on Instagram, tag me, post pictures, post Trainual. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook. I got education on my website, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you for having me today. Give it up for Trainual, y'all. Peace out.
Stay up here. Stay up here. Yeah, thanks. That's amazing. While you're up here, we're going to wait because obviously these should probably be working. Now they're working. Yeah.
Billie Jean gave me these. Told me to get them, yeah.
Yeah, Billie Jean gave them to me too. They're in the box and I've never opened it. Quick question on authenticity. Wait, no, not authenticity, anticipation.
Yeah.
So can you give us a last thought on anticipation while people are putting this stuff up here?
The thing about anticipation is it's actually not that hard to manufacture. All you have to do is give somebody something, anything to look forward to, because you know what? Life is hard. And you have a lot of responsibilities, and you got kids, and you got a job, and you got a dog, and you got social pressures, and you got the economy, and you got society, and you got your parents and family. It's like, shit is difficult. And so little things that we can look forward to, anything that you can create for somebody that's like, hey, in a couple weeks, I'm going to put out, like, for example, I just did this. I'm writing an article. If you're interested in my daughter's life, by the way, I started a charity. It's Love Runneth Over, like my cup runneth over, loverunnethover.com. And at the bottom of loverunnethover.com, you can read about her life. And I'm writing an article now about my experience with her on fate and destiny. And, you know, I polled my audience. I was like, hey, I got an article coming out. Do you believe in fate and destiny? And I had 4 options. Yes, no, not sure, maybe, but I haven't seen any evidence. And the amount of engagement that I got on that of like, first of all, hey, most people do believe in fate and destiny, which is kind of interesting. You got to wait for my article to see where I fall on it. But a bunch of people were like, yo, send me that when it comes out. I want to read that. And I don't talk about, I'm a business guy, right? I do some lifestyle mindset, whatever. But like just that little thing, one post, one story, and my whole audience is all stoked on it. And now when it drops, it's going to get way more attention. And it's going to be in support of her charity, which is, you know, helping little babies who are born medically complex without, I don't need to get into all this, but it affects the lower end of the economic spectrum. And these people don't have the money we have. They can't be with the babies all the time. So the babies are alone. I wanted to, Khadijah, little hairy Khadijah, she was our cellmate. I wanted to take her. They wouldn't let me. So you can't be taking babies, it turns out. But the point is, look.
Rule of thumb.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about now. In any case, the point is, anticipation is a very effective marketing tactic. I hope that was
They gave us enough
Yeah,
time.
okay, all right.
I love you, dude.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. All right. One more round of applause for this amazing human being. Thank you.